Hey people, Injured here, 53, Angel Gate, blue team. oLev's Tech Marine starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Some Blood Ravens here. Alongside is Gatts with a Mekboy, teleporting hero, fighting in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with a bunch of Orky gadgets. Rounded off the team here, Jamboo with an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialised ranged weapons. Then they are fighting against Quattroruote with some more Imperial guard here. It's a Lord General fighting in ranged combat, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers, very strong defense and support, can also add to the retinue for more abilities and stuff. That is black and gold colour scheme we've got going on here. Is it black and, or is it gold and green over there, I think? Alongside YZ's Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and destructive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, being shot up by a Mekboy here, who's now shooting some heretics. And rounding off the teams is Morty as a Hive Tyrant, a very durable hero, working through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense, disruption and support, begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Eduardo. They're going for that contested VP Northeast, one of the crazier maps that's actually played with any regularity. It's just a single player map, I believe, from the original campaign, and it's adapted into a skirmish map. There's no way you'd actually design a PvP map from the ground up to be like this. Buildings everywhere. The HQ's right next to this contested power, so close to each other too. It's odd, but it's fun. I think it's pretty fun. Swift, the current map guy, made a Redux version of this map that I think is actually pretty cool. I've been posting some games on it to try and get it on the channel, but none of them have quite stuck and lived up to casting potential yet, unfortunately. One of them was pretty good, but there was sound bugs and stuff, as it often is. Double shooters here for Gatts, Morty with double termagants into some spore mines, oLev with tax into devastators, Quattro, as I'm going to say. No sentinel. We do have a sentinel for Jamboo though. Hammer of the Witches there. Takes out both of those retinue fellas. 25 to reinforce them. Grenade launchers in play already, so maybe we'll see some catechins. Use the grenade launchers to speed them up to get into melee and stuff. Looks like Chaos is going to reinforce the southwest double contested power that's down here. Usually sees tons of action early on, and then players start to rotate away from it later when it's more about the VPs and stuff. You don't really need to node them both, but if you don't, they're going to get taken. I mean, in terms of income, you don't need to node two contested powers. But it's usually worth it. Make them harder to decap easily. There's some Zechian worship providing infiltration. We've got grenade launcher heretics and some regular melee heretics for YZ. And there's the double worships, so they'll all be infiltrated because you can't infiltrate yourself with worship if you're a heretic, apparently. Here's those golden green guardsmen. I like it. And we're getting a decap on blue team's natural. Meanwhile, towards the northeast, blue are flooding it with stuff. Don't seem too concerned about their own VP at the moment. We do have burners on the sluggers. They should be much more aggressively going for this power here. There's tons of stuff kind of standing around at the moment, which is very odd. These are, for the most part, pretty experienced players. oLev certainly is up there. Looks like they are making their way towards the power. Having a look at it at least, and here comes the Hive Tyrant back. Eduardo going to be led into a Devastator. oLev probably trying to get rid of them on this engagement, and then trying to get onto the power. Hormagons are going to wipe. I think those guys, no, they didn't have adrenal glands. I thought I saw the adrenal glands there. Eduardo tried to get in, but got shot up. That's a Sonic Blaster from Noise Marines, thanks to YZ. Devastators set up again, took their loss from the double termagants, but now maybe oLev can push onto the power. Any sign of a flamer? No. Could cover it with the devs, of course. Heretics on the prowl for YZ. What's going on down here? Still harassing this area is Quattro's Lord General. Lord General now knows to run though. Some cacophony to mess with the sluggers. I wonder if they could, well, I was going to say, I wonder if they could quickly make it into the garrison before they got up, but then they'd be burned to death. You can put some artillery setup teams on these buildings and cover large areas later on, which can work out well. Heretics with a sparring champion for YZ. He's a Chaos Marine. Bolt pistol and chainsword, can see stuff, detect a unit. You can see hidden things, like the catechins that Jamboo has, and you see Quattro with some catechins too. Because if they get in too close to some fire, has to back off. We're going to see an explosive put down by these fellas. The enemy catechin devils will be able to spot it. Meanwhile, towards the northeast, Tech Marine has to flee. Scouts have to flee. They got the cap though on that wreck point. Oh, the Devastators did not get away though. Were they in a garrison, I wonder? Yes, maybe they were in this garrison here and they got grenade launched up or something by these heretics. Speaking of grenade launchers, got some here on his bunched up catechin devils. And there's a grenade launcher from the catechin devils themselves. They've got an ability they can use. Smoke shell goes up for some defense. Lots of pressure here from Jamboo. Quattro just simply outnumbered here. Needed to get up a heavy weapon squad or double catechins or something. Or even triple guardsmen just to lay on that lasgun fire. Try to focus stuff down. They got the sentinel quite low there with the help of the base turret, but it backs away. Eternal War on the CSM here, 20% more damage. Can they get onto the power rate? That they can. Double termagants with adrenal glands too. Could slow down approaching sluggers and stuff. oLev goes straight to tier 2. Does not replace the devs or get another unit up in tier 1. Maybe some more scouts will live in handy. No shotguns or anything. Very light tier 1 from oLev. Gatts spends only on the burners so far. Straight into Weird Boy. That should do a lot of work though. It's a nice time to come out. They are losing their power. They might actually lose all of the power there. Burners, the slugger burners I should say, unable to get in and do any work there. That's a bad place for those shooter boys to stand. Yeah, the power's gone. Probably going to get decapped. The other natural powers are in these corners over here, which can be tough to hit, but also very annoying to defend when you have to. oLev with a Razorback. Tank busters on the way for Gatts. There's that Weird Boy, sub-commander for Orks. Fantastic disruption, some good damage output too, with his basic attack and his big foot of Gork. There it is. Basic attack, that is. Look at that. Wiped out that Chaos Marine, disrupted all of them. Took a bunch of damage though from the termagants, throws out the zap that'll jump between units. Need to try and separate them so he can't jump anymore. Meanwhile, Noise Marines on the power in the northwest corner. Manticore for Jamboo. Who's that down there? That's the Tech Marine down between those buildings. Tankbuster Barrage on the Barb Strangler Warrior Brood. Really messed them up. Tactical Marines coming in too. Didn't actually see the drop pod there. That was odd. oLev gets some quick Tactical Marines. This Warrior Brood model is absolutely freaking out. Still freaking out. The Tactical Marines are upset by this. They're not even moving. Razorback with a twin-linked heavy bolter on the back. Some decent anti-infantry damage, and sluggers now have their scary slug knob leader, and going to be reinforced off the Razorback if it needs to be. Almost said slug leader there, which would have been fun. Just a giant slug in front of them. Full bash and a decap. See how annoying it is to defend this sometimes? Especially when there's pressure in other areas. And you got to think about how much stuff you need to devote to quickly deal with it and stuff. Making your opponents think is always a great thing. Give them things to worry about, you know. Venom Brood on the way from Morty. Morty had a rough fight there actually, losing those Warrior Brood. They got some odd... I think they got away with one model, didn't they? They have reinforced now. And they have the Thorax Swarm to help with the Razorback. They can shoot out the Electroshock Grub. Surely it should say Grubs. I don't think it's just one giant grub, is it? We do have the improved Synapse for Eduardo the Hive Tyrant. And some power bashing thanks to the Razorback. Slow going, but it's getting it done. Plasma Gun, Tactical Marines too. Powerful against heavy infantry, which is what this Venom Brood and Warrior Brood are. They might get shut down by the... Oh, there's the Thorax doing its Electro Grub thing. It's going to die. Razorback is gone. And then they start suppressing those Tactical Marines. Termagants here now. Only one of them left, of course. So they got two more Termagant Broods out. Weird. Would not expect to see that. Judgment up here on Eduardo the Hive Tyrant, and now some Stone Guard veterans for oLev. Running away, promptly running away. Those guys can swap their ammo to combat all targets. Heretics getting destroyed. Yep, almost made it out. A zap got them at the end, I think. Looks like they used tank busters to disrupt quite well there. And there's the Chains of Torment. It was actually referred to as a trap by the game. I don't think I realised that, because you can, if you walk into range, you'll get chained up while it's active, kind of thing. Chaos Dreadnought on the field now for YZ. Into some heretics. Maybe we'll see Mark of Khorne. You can warp it around and stuff. Always fun to see. Crippling Poison on the sluggers. Trying to burn them. Where's the Swamper? Must have used it already or something. Another Crippling Poison. They can turn on Eduardo here and chop him down quite quickly. That's a bad fight for the Hive Tyrant to take. Down he goes. And there's that Synapse Bomb. Dreadnought, though, comes in to clear it up. Getting some melee attacks in there. Still fighting over the southwest. Judgment is up on something. It was up on the Catechins and they ran away. Judgment comes from this Inferno pistol. Good versus all targets at close range. And Judgment does a big chunk of damage, as you see in the tooltip there. If he can stay close enough for long enough to activate it, that is. Some guardsmen just got wiped out by the Manticore of Quattroruote. Jamboo stormtroopers made it out. They have the assault kit back to the northeast. Scouts now have a sergeant. Tank buster barrage. I don't think it's going to hit the Dreadnought though. Almost. Nice idea. So that was moving in a particular direction. Chains of Torment into Dark Flames. Heretics, I think, okay, but they are going to pass on the zap, are they? No. It wore off just as they got towards those Tyranids. So Weird Boy's doing a lot of work. There's that Warp Vomit. Starting ability. Amazing disruption and stun. 420 to 246. Sizable VP lead for the blue team. oLev has been solid in the northeast despite you losing the Razorback. Get some good shots on the Venom Brood. Synapse Bombs. Only one remains. What is the cooldown on Warp Vomit? I'm not sure. Looks like they couldn't use it again there. Must be 30 seconds at least. Missile Launcher Sentinel with Spotlight. Can help spot the Catechin shenanigans. Tier 3 for Jamboo. Then double Stormtroopers into Tier 3. Stern Guard with Hellfire rounds loaded in. Good versus infantry and commander types like Heroes and that Weird Boy. Can't shoot the Weird Boy here though. Having to run. Blastmaster Noise Marines deciding to stay out of the garrison for now because they can be death traps, garrisons. Here comes the Mekboy to tie them up. And the Shooter Boys run anyway. Repairs by the Heretics. Tyranids can't actually repair stuff, so not super useful with that. Mekboy getting very low. Chaos Dreadnought still in its default state. Done quite well though, it's made a difference. Good special from Eduardo. Forces off the sluggers. And maybe they could have stayed there and fought him, you know, made him run away. I think because the Dreadnought was too close. Didn't risk it. Barreling into melee. Oh, Manticore taken out by the Inquisitor. Nicely done by Jamboo. Inferno pistol gets it done. Interrogator's armor's up too. Looks like the Heretics have been judged. The Chaos Sorcerer with a drive-by Chains of Torment there. Just chained him and ran. Just kept on going. Power bashing from the red team. Maybe. Mr. Venom Brood. Nope, just the Termagants are going at it apparently. Back to the southwest. That's a creeping barrage and it hit those Orks pretty nicely. Awesome disruption from that. Ogryns on the field from Quattroruote. All they have, Guardsmen and Ogryns. Jamboo's tier 3, so is Gatts. Morty also hits tier 3. YZ replacing those Heretics at some point. Medical Sergeant on the way. Hands out medical packs. And he's got the Commissar out of there too. Meanwhile, is it at full bash? No. Looks like they only got one generator before the blue team showed up with Plasma Gun Tech Marine. Also Signum Armor. Those Stern Guard. Vengeance rounds loaded in to try and go for the Dreadnought maybe. Nope, gone back to Kraken Bolts, which will be good against the Hive Tyrant. They're good against heroes and heavy infantry. More raw DPS against heroes than Hellfire, but Hellfire gives you the handy damage over time for stuff in cover and also for retreating stuff. There's that marked target. Crushing Claws are in though for Eduardo. Not to be trifled with this guy now. Blastmaster. That might have been a wipe if those guys didn't retreat there. That was like a perfectly hit shot and they were all bunched up. Still fighting over the southwest, those fellas. 366 to 216. Leman Russ on the way for Jamboo. I always say this is a dicey map for vehicles. You can use vehicles maybe reasonably well around this area, because you can just break through a bunch of this stuff. You can't break through these walls though, I don't think. The sandbag area to the right you can. Straight on the power again. In the mid, Orks trying to come in at an angle. We have overcharged plasma. Up to almost 70 plasma DPS, which is pretty insane. The Tyranids quite rightly just moving the hell away from that. Morty forces off some sluggers. They've got the decap though. Still bashing power here. Back towards the mid. Suppressed the Tech Marine. Now in melee. Has to run Battle Wagon soon for Gatts and a Carnifex from Morty. Down goes Eduardo. Should get revived quite easily from there though. Not at the end of the world. What kind of Leman Russ do we have? It's a Vanquisher. Good versus large targets. Carnifex won't like it. The Dreadnought won't like it. Needs to be careful though. Can be tough to path around here. Relatively open in the mid in this giant rogue. But then you're so close to everything already. That a full retinue for the Lord General? Not quite. Doesn't have the Vox operator fella. Ogrin's charging through with User Ed. Gives them a disruption when they use it, AoE, and another one 4 seconds later. Pretty useful. Counter-initiate those melee fellas. Rod of Walkfire in for the Chaos Sorcerer. It's nice that the Robes of Tommy give you 200 hit points too. Can't discount those passive boosts you get. Double assault kit stormtroopers. Look how far their guns go. Against plasma guardsmen, they should win that fight, although these guys do have the heavy cover there. Carnifex is a Stranglethorn Cannon variety, and now we have a Marco Zinch Chaos Dreadnought level 2. Tier 3 for everyone. Looks like Quattro's the last player to go there. Northeast is going to at least be decapped, I think. Sorcerer could disrupt him with the rod. Probably wait until the last. There it is. Are they still going to get a decap though? Frenzied Barrage doesn't disrupt, it just suppresses you. There's a decap. Blastmaster misses somehow. How did it miss? It wasn't elevated. There we go. Seems to be overshooting the Tech Marine a bit here, which is a little bit weird. 291 to 216. Venerable. Yeah, Venerable Dreadnought for oLev. Straight after that Carnifex, this thing is unique to the Tech Marine. Tons of hit points, and it can charge. Can give it even more hit points with the Dark Age of Technology, which is an addition in Elite mod. In retail, you can't give these guys Dark Age. Venerable's getting shots though. Doesn't want to overextend that guy. Charge. Oh, charges right into this little wall. Run away. There's some repairs. And here's your battle wagon. Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant is on him. Blocked by his own Tech Marine there, I think, that was repairing him. And that's a Marco Zinch Dreadnought, remember. That might go down, that guy still. I think he's going to go down. Yep. There's that Stoicism. Gets 10 seconds of awesomeness. Tried to charge away at the end. Stoicism's just going to wear out and he's going to fall over. Poor bastard. Poor Venerable. Did not last long. I should not have hyped him up at all. Just stop saying words. Hydrogen's all infiltrated and like. Ouch. Stranglethorn cannon. Doesn't want to stand there taking shots from a Vanquisher cannon though. 1-to-1 cap. Red team are going to take the northeast. oLev now with a Land Raider Redeemer. Like, where do you fit this thing on this map? Usually it's taken up here. Parked around this area somewhere. More Venom cannons, says YZ. They have 2. Here come the 3rd. Oh, on Carnifexes, they're saying. Venom cannon Carnifexes do kind of seem to be an in thing right now. I mean, they're good cannons. Lots of venom in them. That grenade launcher go for the garrison, I think? That was weird. Give me Death Gun. Starting to beam. This is Quattro's Demon Rust. Tank Buster Barrage. Look at that damage, you guys. Holy crap. Vanquisher was getting shots into. They almost got it. They almost got it. Mekboy tried to teleport and finish it off. If they were a little bit quicker with that, they might have done it. 262 to 216. Improvised explosive goes off and upsets the Ogreens and just fell over like giant toddlers. Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant smacking away at the Leman Russ. There's a Purgatus. Judgment is up on the Venom Brood. Can she get this? Down goes the Leman Russ. Did she do it? She must have. They must have retreated just as she did it because they weren't knocked over. Eduardo now has the warp field as well. Doesn't have any abilities that actually use his energy, so can put it all into that shield, make him nice and tough. Fancy special attack from Inquisitor, level 5. Judgment up again. And they show no fear, Tactical Marines. So they can't get suppressed. They can still take a bunch of damage though. Mark target on the Carnifex. Stone Guard veterans doing what they can. Down goes the Tech Marine though. Just eaten by the Carnifex. Speaking of eating, we have a Great Unclean One. It's menacingly staring at stuff. It's going in. Foul Snare. Nope, it's some Nurgly Vomit. Which hit the Tats, I guess. What's going on up here? Battle Wagon. Oh, they destroyed the Dreadnought. Was that the Chaos Dreadnought, I think? Here comes the Land Raider Redeemer. It's right smack bam in the middle of the map right now. We have 2 Venom Broods and a Carnifex on the way. I assume that's going to be a Venom Cannon Carnifex. They have some fat vehicles to deal with now. Still have the Barb Strangler Warrior Brood. Even though the Stranglethorn is now gone. Good shot from a Blastmaster. And here comes a heavy turret, it looks like. Dropped in. Really good anti-vehicle turret. You can change it into an Executioner as well for more anti-infantry stuff. At the moment, it's just shooting the wall in front of it, so... Yep, 3 times in a row, keep shooting the wall. Now 4 shots on that wall. Great Unclean One passively damages nearby enemies. It does a lot of damage per hit on that big old sword, that massive disgusting cleaver it has. Awesome thing. Land Raider Redeemer has taken a bunch of damage. Ogreens were on it, it seems. Are they going to get away though? I don't think they are. No, Inferno Pistol does too much damage. Just made him run away and blow up, okay. The Inferno Pistol seems to give stuff the fire effect when it dies. Certain units have like fire death animations where they run away on fire. Interrogator's armor now to infiltrate stuff. Swapping out Purgatus, interesting. They don't have anti-armor. Maybe they're going to use it on tank busters or something. Usually that's for anti-armor stormtroopers to sneak around and do stuff. Or maybe your own Ogreens. Down goes Eduardo. Rocks from Gatts there. Heretics make it out somehow. And we are going to get a revive from YZ. I think. I don't think they've activated it probably. Where is Quattro? Right there. Could maybe revive. There we go. Could maybe revive them both. Almost level 6 now. There's a Tyranno formation which one-shots garrisons and other buildings, providing some awesome buffs for nearby Tyranids too. But they need to be nearby. Great Unclean One is soaked up a decent amount of damage already. Hasn't really been threatened too much. Heavy turret is quite low. Sneaky stormtroopers might see a grenade here. Hell Fury. Ouch. Holy crap. Don't mess with Hell Fury apparently. They're all going to die on retreat. Very, very close to just all dying on retreat. I think that was 1 hit point actually, that fella. Just enough to get the decap. Well played. Grenade. And now shooty time. And now shotgun time. Here's some Kashyyykin for Jamboo. Forcing them off. 112 to 216. It's double knob squad time all of a sudden for Gatts. One of them fully upgraded. Oh, they don't have Mean and Greener yet actually. No Meaner and Greener on those fellas. These guys have their knob leader only. And they instantly flee. Great Unclean One is quite scary, I guess, even for a knob squad. Especially with a pissed off Hive Tyrant there. Leman Russ called in by the Lord General. Nice ability to have. Mekboy still around. Doesn't seem like they have the big foot of Gork though. In fact, they've got no upgrades. There we go. No, that's not good. Yeah, Mekboy has no upgrades. Level 3. Foot of Gork can do quite well here because of these tight passageways that still have to come to walk down sometimes. Tank Busters, I think, make it out. 112 to 216 still on the VP counter. Nobody's going for the naturals. It's all up here at the moment. Land Raider Redeemer has been fully repaired. Almost. Not quite. Inquisitor trying to clean up those towers. Big zap gun shot. Great Unclean One here is too much stuff for him to deal with. Stone Guard weighing in with their vengeance rounds. Predator tank now with las cannon. Russ could be in trouble. Oh no, the knob squad are moving away. They're trying to get around some flank stuff, I think. Great Unclean One might need to go back to base and heal up here. The Land Raider is chasing the Leman Russ. And this is a Vanquisher guy. Knob squad are trying to get on it. They'll pummel anything into non-existence if they get a little bit of time near it. Leman Russ keeps on moving though. Very low. Surprised the Land Raiders didn't keep on chasing there. Battle Wagon also getting kind of low. There's that Venom Cannon Carnifex. Avoiding the nuke, which wiped. Were those scouts in there? I'm not sure. Down goes the Battle Wagon though. YZ with some Havocs, maybe a las cannon. Yep, las cannon to put through the middle somewhere maybe. Blue team are on this VP. Some Noble Vomit says no. Here comes a melee Carnifex, the Thornback. Nicely done. Charge into a Blastmaster shot. These guys are going to have a bad day in a second. What are you doing, fellas? Dying? Oh, they're retreating to the Land Raider. They might make it then. Some friendly fire there with a Blastmaster. Carnifex goes down. Got las cannoned, I guess, by the Predator tank. 112 to 185. And tacks are on the VP. Double cap now for blue. Kashyyykin on the way for Quattro. A power bashing Land Raider. Angel Gate, where a Land Raider can bash power effectively. Mekboy is down here. We're on the edge of this platform actually. Eduardo's taken the VP back. I think it's worth red team going for the other natural. Looks like some the stormtroopers are trying to, but the super smart shooter boy Knob spotted them. Blue team now trying to stabilize the northeast. Don't think a turret is... Oh, maybe a missile turret would be worth it. Double Venom Broods, putting some good deeps on. But they are persuaded to leave. Here comes Eduardo. Not going to have a great time. Marked target thrown up on it too. Red team are getting swamped. Double knobs on their VP maybe soon. With Weird Boy support. set up a nasty double Nob Squad push with that stun. Can't stun this guy though, I guess. They should be fighting him. The Nob Squad should be fighting him here. Yeah, go after him. Doesn't do splash damage to the Great Unclean One, so it's not amazing in a stand-up fight against a Nob Squad. They'll do so much damage, especially with the hammers in there. Took a lot of damage and they barely touched him. Noggle Vomit. Lots of disruption for the Nob Squad. That was a good hit. Tank Buster's getting some shots. Other Nob Squad on the VP as well, but a red thing is taking blue. Is it Stormtroopers? It is Stormtroopers. That was the red thing. Nob Squad backing off. By backing off, I mean running the hell away. Got a decap. It's alright. Predator tank moves up. It's a very dicey area. Infiltrated Great Unclean One there too. 1-2 to 99. Big special attack from the Thornback Carnifex. Nob Squad pop their frenzy. There's the Chains of Torment that they also have. Tome of Subjugation. Could use it and run the Nob Squad all the way into base turrets and stuff. Eduardo grabbing the VP again. Single cap for blue. They are getting a natural back of rocks from Gatts. Mekboy's still down, by the way. It'd be very useful to have that Beamy Death Gun back running. Look at the resources. The YZ. Gotta buy something, fella. Some Plague Marines or something. Maybe some more Markov Zinc CSM to shoot down the knobs. These guys are level 4. 1-1-2 to 86. I don't think this Carnifex is going to get away. I mean, it's a Thornback, but 2 Nob Squads on you. You ain't going to last too long. Whatever you are. Tanker's done really well, actually. There's some global repairs from Blessing of the Omnissiah. Nob Squad back on the VP. Shoot the boys. Come on, fellas, run. 1 hit point. Oh, they can't get away. Shoot, says YZ. Shoot. Oh, over here, maybe? That's kind of gets it done. Now the Carnifex tries to escape. Sternguard are wailing on it with vengeance rounds. Red team still have their VP, but they are running out of them. Down to 59 now. Can't quite break out of this. These guys both level 4? Yeah, they are. Tech Marine hits level 5. Doing outrageous amounts of damage now with that plasma gun. Judgment up on the Carnifex, on the Hive Tyrant, sorry. Might see mark target. Oh, it's probably been used already. 1-1-2 to 55. 1-to-1 cap. The Lord General and all of his buddies got on the VP there. Nob Squad will take it back. It's a grenade. Nicely done. Oh, I didn't kill one though. It's evenly split on all the models, I guess. I think it hit the Lord General directly. Neiman Ross straight away going for Executioner is Quattro. I think that's the second one they've dropped and their third one overall. Been tough to keep them around so far. A new Predator tank now for oLev. Land Red Redeemer, of course, making a massive difference here. They had a decent run at it when they held all those Venom cannons and stuff. And they still have 2 Venom Broods and a Carnifex here. Great Unclean One going after it. There's a cloud of flies taking a lot of damage on this guy. Might need to be walked out by YZ, who still has tons of resources, by the way. They don't have lots of population left. They must have got something else up. Or reinforce something. Down goes the Land Raider. They got it. That las cannon has done work. Level 4 las cannon now. Venom cannon Carnifex there too. Might get the Predator tank also. Level 4 las cannons. Holy crap. Down it goes. oLev down to 2 units. Has tons of resources though themselves. 2-to-1 for blue. Can red team pull this out? They got Nob Squad and a natural creeping barrage gets them off of there. It seems like there's been barely any pressure on this weird boy, and I'm surprised they don't have any upgrades. No Warpath to support the knobs, no Foot of Gork to catch things unawares. Great Unclean One's doing awesomely still. Might need some heals soon though. Lord General back on the VP. and gets a Manticore with his melter guns. Blue team just kind of capitulated. oLev certainly did, and are not actually purchasing anything, so maybe they've given up. Oh, they use an orbital somewhere, I think. Was it here? Not sure. Lord General, though, finishes the cap for a double on the red team. Down to 6 VPs, though. They might be able to win it with just the Nob squads, popping their frenzy and stuff. Need to reinforce them, though, first. These guys aren't close enough to the HQ to reinforce. Where are the other fellas? Oh, they're fighting a Great King one. Clean across the map here. Some Tzeentchian worship to help heal up the big fella. Needs to get into base as well, though. Oh, it's still going to be painfully slow. It's at 10 health per second, I think, which is not a lot when you've got over 6,000 of it. But when you're in base, it's a percentage heal per second. I think it's 2% per second. But I think that's different for... I think it's different for single entities or something. Kashyyyk, I need your grenades, fellas, because here comes a Nob squad. Oh, on those fellas, okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, retreats around these walls can be so awkward. Looks like they got away. 2-1 for red. I think they have enough to hold on here. We'll see what the two Nob squads can do. They've gone northeast with something. Oh, it's the weird boy. Gonna get a decap, I think. It's being knocked over by the grenade launchers, but it's like knocked over in place. Venom Blastmaster does not hit the weird boy there. Manticore on the way now for Quattroruote. oLev still hasn't purchased another unit for some reason. This might really hurt them. Maybe they thought there was no time to get another unit out, but you gotta try. You gotta try. 1-1 cap now. Quattro down to 2 units, just got a Manticore on the field. Weird boy was finally taken down. Great King one fighting a Nob squad, trying to make them stop and get decap. They got it. Imperial Abyss forces them off. Also, would have been really bad news for the Great King one. GG says Jamboo. Blue team get it. Blue team get it in the end, despite oLev not purchasing any other units, which I thought was strange, but it actually was the Nob squad in the end that was the key, as I predicted. Able to just tough out that decap with sheer hit points. Level 3 and level 2. Look at his heroes. Level 6 Tech Marine for oLev. Level 4 Mekboy for Gatts, was back up at the end but spent a lot of time down. Level 10 Inquisitor for Jamboo, did some work with the mandate at the end. Eduardo Hive Tyrant, controlled by Morty, level 6. We had a level 9 Chaos Sorcerer and a level 8 Lord General. There you have it, guys. It was a close one. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.